Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being with us here today. And before I run again my voice course, Unleashing Your Authentic Feminine Voice for Power and Impact, I would like to bring more voices to the online space. And it's always a so warm feeling in my heart to reconnect with my students. So here is Michaela Forrest. Thank you, Michaela, for accepting my invitation. So my first question is, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. It's yeah, no, it's been slow morning, but I had really nice sort of gratitude
Beautiful.
feeling in the morning. Thank you.
Beautiful. So I would like to throw a question to you in your slow morning. What kind of voice issues you had before we have worked together, or issues with expressing yourself through the voice? Can you tell me about it?
Um, I think my main issue was I didn't actually like my voice.
Oh.
So although I have this group of friends, like women's singing circle,
Mm-hmm.
I was holding the space, but actually I wasn't that happy with my voice.
Oh.
Um, and yeah, sometimes I wouldn't like in meetings, I would um, I wouldn't be expressed, like I wouldn't uh, use my voice
Mm.
very much.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And
So like lower confidence, basically.
and it's exactly what, so when you are maybe the only student in the last round of the course that we hadn't talked before, you just appeared and I was so happy. And I saw you glowing more and more from class to class. So it was a wonderful process for me to witness and the work we have done together. So it's so interesting what you are saying, because I think our listeners can connect to it very easily. Like, at the workplace, when maybe by lack of confidence you just don't use the voice the way you want to. So that's what you are describing here, and I think it's a very important point when we work about voice issues. And first it might have been seen as physical voice issue, but then there is a deeper layer under. So my second question is connected to this, that what kind of changes or transformation occurred through working with the course and with me and with us?
Mm. I mean, there was definitely, as you said, sort of like as the time moved, there was more self-confidence.
Mm.
And then during one session, we did this kind of shadow work, alchemy.
Oh, this is
Um,
so hunting. Yeah, many of you talked about this process. Yes, it's a deep one. Yeah.
and so we were exploring like what we do not like about our voice,
Mm.
and um, so yeah, I recognized suddenly, oh, okay, I don't like my voice. But
Mm.
then I think it was you who suggested, oh, it's just colorful. It's like,
Mhm.
and yeah, so like I'm quite emotional person, and as I've been working with voice, it got lower, but also higher,
Mhm.
and so yeah, it was yeah, really amazing, and I really
Mm.
appreciate that work that we did together
Thank
on that.
you. And you were part of it. So, I mean, your insights and your presence, which was like really a more and more shining and glowing presence, was really a constructive, a deep constructive element and part of it. Like all of you, like we were 12 in this course, and it was so beautiful to see all these sharings. And as you are also saying that there are so many colors in our voices that we don't know of, maybe, or we don't use it. And what you are saying just now reminds me of a class I held yesterday. One of my students told me that, wow, I didn't know that there's a Carnegie hole in my throat, because I have this metaphor that you can open all these wooden doors to have more resonance. And then she wrote to me, I didn't know I have a Carnegie hole in my throat. So kind of that's what I felt throughout the course, that you are opening and opening your wooden doors, your hidden doors. And so it was so nice to see, because your whole body structure, your eyes, your postures changed. So it was, I don't know if there is anything you can share about this or anything you want to share about the course. I think it's very helpful for anyone who listens.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think what was really important for me was how you held that space. I mean, it was so loving, and your joy was so contagious that, you know, I'm quite, say, shy person, or like I don't open easily. And so in that space, I was able to go deeper and deeper, and the heart opening was just so beautiful with every class. And so I discovered so many things. You know, I could do that, work on that alchemy of the inner self, that I was able to be more authentic and yeah, more open. So yeah, makes me really yeah, emotional. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah.
Oh, your words like came true, and it's so interesting because I tell a lot about how love goes through the camera, and it's just happening now. Like you were saying your words as you do, like you go slowly and you give more and more slowly, bit by bit, and then your words came into my body, and my body went like wow, like I didn't know. My heart went. So it's so good because immediately I got into tears, and it's always when I do a testimonial conversation, it's I'm not supposed to cry, but this is so also a deep thing that we are so connected, and it's so beautiful that you are also talking about the safety of the space, the heart, the warm hearts of the space. And I think it's just possible. It's just simply possible. Of course, it has a science how to do it, or it has a practice how to do it, and what leads to this openness, what you are talking about. But I think it's around me and around my classes, it's always the case in the last 4 or 5 years. So I'm really so thankful that with your sensitivity, you constructed this work that we have done together. I always see it rather as a co-creation than me teaching you something that you don't know. It's always like we co-create something. Maybe anything else that you would like to share that you really experienced in a deeper level, or any connection, or because you were also there after class on the 2 workshops I held for the people outside of the class, and the same warmth and the same transformation seemed to happen again, not the same but deep.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of the repeating. So it's like it was the 6 weeks course. So it was important for the practices to sink in.
Yeah.
So even though I was really busy those weeks, unfortunately, so I didn't have much practice between, but you know, that course, you know, and so it expanded with every lesson, and the repetitive practices there were really important. And so yeah, I learned so much, and like the articulation and like you said, the energy work doing. Yeah, I just could feel that, you know, connectiveness. So yeah, it was really beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful. And also the songbook we have created together. So all the songs that also, it's so interesting because you are the first one, although I was talking almost with everyone in the last, from the last group. And you are pointing out the repeating elements importance. And I'm so happy of that, because I was thinking for a long time how to build a class and tried out many things. And what you're saying is that the repeating element of the class, of the teaching material, gives you an anchoring, a kind of container. Because for our listeners, you might not know that whenever I teach, I always start the same way and I always finish the same way. So starting with the 5 exercise body sequence, helping you exercise, helping you focused, being focused and more energized. And in the end, there's this self-lullaby practice, and it's always the same. And some other practices are always the same, like repetition. So I'm really, it moves me and moves my mind as well, that you are pointing out that the repetition, the repeating element of the class gave you the safety to open it into more and more from class to class. And so I'm really thankful that you brought this up, because yeah, there are many layers of that work, but as it is a deep work, we can say, and you are one of my students who is like the most sensitive of it, and I'm so happy that we could create this container of the repetition elements, like the body sequence and the self checking, also when you talk to your own camera, and all the physical exercise, and in the end the self lullaby. So yes, indeed, you are very much right that, as I say, I think change's number one prerequisite is safety, and these elements are creating that safety. And I'm really thankful for your participation in this class.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it, and so I said it sort of sank in thanks to the repetition. So that really had that opportunity to think about it and play with it, and every time was slightly different. So,
yeah. I'm also improvising, I make myself, fresh, and so I do everything different. But one time in one of the last class you said, and maybe it's a nice finishing sentence for this warm conversation, that you said, it was so beautiful, that I don't know if my heart can go bigger. And it was like everyone in the space felt this sentence, like it was like and it was, and yeah, I see it on you now that it's really happening, and it is so real, no, when the heart is growing. And so we felt all of this. So I'm really thankful to you to be part of this group, to this path of common learning and co-creation. And I hope to welcome you back anytime. And thank you for sharing your experience with our listeners and people who are watching us now. Michaela Forrest, thank you. An honor to work with you.
Thank you so much. Have
Thank
a good
you.
day.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.